Hello, Shannon? I'm on my way to see Boris Sergey. Once he hands over the cash deposit for the cruise ship, the deal will be confirmed.
Boss, I know that Boris is just a buying agent for the Elizabeth and that he's following orders from the buyer. But I really think you should persuade him again to use TT or check for the deposit and commission exchange. Giving Boris so much cash is just so risky.
I know. I'll try again later. But if we want to close the deal and make the profit as middlemen, there's really not much room for negotiation. And most importantly, don't hand over the commission to his guys until after Boris has given me his deposit.
Understood.
Are Boris's guys there?
Yes. Hugo and James.
Okay. Wait for my call, huh?
Is the commission ready?
My boss is on his way to meet your boss now. Once he calls me to say okay, I'll let you know.
Okay, we'll go to cafe and wait.
Jack, good to see you.
It's good to see you too, Boris. So, you have the deposit ready?
Straight to business, so Singaporean.
Well, 3.5 million euros is a lot of money.
But you're managing director of Kihan Pacific Group. 3.5 million is a small thing to you. And my commission already in Singapore for my men to check through and count?
Yes.
In cash?
Yes, as agreed. But Boris, you know it's going to take some time to count through all that money.
Not this again.
Well, and it's so much easier, right, if we were to do a telegraphic transfer or exchange checks.
Yet, my buyer is an old-fashioned man. He liked to deal in cash, and so do I. Either my commission of 1.5 million Sing is in cash or the deal is over.
But it's going to be so difficult for you to move all that cash out of Singapore.
That's my problem, not yours.
Yes, but...
Maybe better we forget about the whole thing. Then you can go and find another buyer willing to pay 46.5 million US for your cruise ship.
No. You win, okay? Let's do this.
Excellent. In cash?
In cash.
Glad to be doing business with you.
Okay. Let's do this.
Hang on, not so fast. What about,
Yeah. Hello, Shannon? The deal is confirmed.
Okay, boss.
Okay, I'm going to start counting the deposit of 3.5 million euros, and you take 1.5 million Sing and give it to Boris's guys.
Will do.
Can't we just leave it open?
it is not safe to leave so much money lying around. Someone can just walk in and see it.
Fine.
Correct?
Correct.
This is the last of the euros.
Finally, we're done.
Now we can transfer the money into the duffel bag. Go, bring the duffel bag here.
Hello, Shannon.
Hello, boss.
Have Boris's men finished counting the money?
Yes, can I release it to them?
Yes, you can.
The 1.5 million SGD is yours.
Goodbye, Jack.
Bye, Boris. The drawer. The commission.
Hi, boss.
Shannon, are Boris's guys still there?
No, they left already. Why?
It's a scam. They use fake euro notes for the deposit.
What? Then how?
Quick, see if you can find them.
Okay. Excuse me. Did you see two Caucasian men?
Yes, about 10 to 15 minutes ago.
Where did they go?
Outside to take a taxi.
Do you have CCTV cameras?
Of course.
May I look at the footage, please?
Sure, no problem. This way, please.
My company director instructed me to hand over 1.5 million SGD in cash to two foreigners to buy a ship. Then after that, my director called me again from Paris. He told me that the money he received was fake and asked me to stop payment. But by then, the two foreigners had already left the office with the money.
Give me a moment.
Shannon Liu, the CFO of Kian Pacific Group, handed over 1.5 million Sing dollars in cash to two males. According to her, one is a French male named Hugo, and the other a Romanian male named James.
Hugo and James. Probably aliases.
I agree. The suspects took the money and left Kian office building at about 7:55 p.m.
But it's 10:30 p.m. now. How come the witness took more than 2 hours to make a police report?
She said she went to get the CCTV footage from the office building security before coming.
Okay, I'll check through those now, see if we can get a clear image of the suspects.
Did the witness have a way to get in touch with the suspects?
Yes. She had James' number. Check with the telcos to see if there's a name that's registered with this number.
On it.
Oh, the suspect can be seen quite clearly from the CCTV footage. Even better, the license plate number of the taxi that they left in can also be seen.
Good job. Disseminate the images along with the aliases. Then check with the taxi company to see where they were dropped off. We need to hurry. With that much cash in hand, they probably want to leave the country ASAP.
Okay.
Control to all resources to be on the lookout for two male subjects involved in a case of cheating. Subjects are French and Romanian, going by the alias Hugo and James respectively. They were last seen in a taxi Sierra Hotel Zulu 4279 Romeo at Alexandra Road and are believed to be attempting to leave the country. If spotted, please detain subjects and inform POCC immediately.
Sir, can I take a look at your passports? Where are you heading to?
KL in Malaysia. Is there a problem?
Follow me to the office.
From your passports and prepaid SIM card, we have identified you as Iosif Case and your partner as David Whitman. We also found $414,050 hidden on the both of you. Very creative to hide the money in your underwear.
It is not illegal to carry money.
Actually, that's where you're wrong. It is illegal to bring more than $20,000 in cash out of Singapore without declaring it. But now, let's do it again. How do you get all the money?
It's my money.
No, it's not. It belongs to Kihan Pacific Group. We have CCTV images of the two of you leaving the office with a luggage bag and a briefcase filled with 1.5 million. So where's the rest of the money?
David gave it to somebody.
Who?
I don't know. He was following Boris Sergei's orders.
Who is he?
He's the one who offered us this job in Singapore to collect money from Kihan for him. He also paid for our air tickets and hotel, and once the job was done, we would get 5,000 euros each.
So what did Boris tell David to do?
He told David to go to a shopping mall and meet someone in the toilet to give the rest of the money. After that, we leave for Malaysia.
Who was David meeting?
I already told you I don't know. David didn't tell me.
Iosif has confessed everything. We know about Boris Sergei. Since we only found $414,050 on you and Iosif, where's the rest of the money? We know that you gave it to someone in the toilet of a shopping mall. So tell me, which shopping mall is it? You were with David when he handed over the money, right? So which shopping mall was it?
I don't know the name. I only remember that we went to this restaurant with frame carpet on the wall.
$7 for a glass of Coke?
Includes GST and service charge.
Hey, just pay, don't cause trouble.
So where do we go after this?
You stay here. Boris told me to take the rest of the money to the shopping mall there. I'm meeting someone at the basement toilet.
Oh, any leads? David is not talking, but Iosif has given some leads. He was waiting for David at an Indian restaurant across the road from the shopping mall where the handoff was made.
So if you can find this Indian restaurant, we will be able to pinpoint the exact shopping mall.
Exactly. Iosif said that there were frame carpets in the restaurant. The glass of Coke cost $7. They were there at about 9 p.m.
But that's still a lot of restaurants.
This might help narrow it down. You know the taxi that picked the suspect up at Kihan office building? The driver dropped them off at Little India at 8:34 p.m. near Mustafa Center. According to the taxi driver, this was the drop-off point.
There was approximately 30 minutes before they headed to the restaurant. How far could they have walked?
This is the approximate distance they could have walked in half an hour.
Then this will be our search radius. Let's canvass for an Indian restaurant that ticks all the boxes.
Or anything?
According to Iosif, this is the restaurant where he was waiting at. Then that must be the mall where David made the drop-off. Let's go and check the CCTV cameras to see if it caught anything useful from last night.
Where was the suspect coming from?
A restaurant called Dharma Dining, from across the road.
If he's coming from there, then he probably entered through the north entrance.
That's him. Follow him.
There's a suitcase. Pause.
We have ascertained that part of the $1.5 million was given to these two suspects. Predrag Nikolic, a Dutch national, and the leader, Nicolas, a French national.
After the handoff, they left in a taxi which dropped them along Kim Seng Road, and their final destination was Hotel Rutherford. This was verified by the hotel manager, who confirmed that the suspect checked in on 28 August.
A surveillance team currently has eyes on them, holed up in room 1515. In coordination with them, we will be arresting the suspects later today. Be prepared to head out in 1 hour.
Front desk.
Police! You're both under arrest for assisting others in retaining benefits from criminal conduct. Cuff them! How do you know David Whitman?
I don't know him at all.
Don't lie to me. We have proof that you took a bag of money from David in the basement toilet at the mall.
I was told to pick up a bag from a man called David.
Who told you to do that?
Boris Sergei. He said that he would pay me 3,000 euro for the job.
Then after that, you met Dalida. Then what happened?
We took a taxi. Dalida said that Boris told her to go back to the hotel. She asked me to shave my beard off, then I won't be recognized, and to wait for Boris' new instruction.
We found $738,250 in the bags in your room. But there is still $300,000 missing.
I remitted it.
All 4 suspects were found guilty of assisting others to retain benefits from criminal conduct. David Whitman and Iosif Kiss were each sentenced to 4 years and 4 months imprisonment. Dalida Nikolic was sentenced to 2 years and 6 months imprisonment. Hedrick Nikolic was sentenced to 1 year and 8 months imprisonment. In the case you have just seen, the victim was cheated of $1.5 million in an elaborate business scam. Through extensive investigations by officers from the Clementi Division, all 4 suspects were arrested within 3 days from the reported crime. Close to $1.2 million was also successfully recovered by the police.
Members of the public are advised to use electronic transfers for business transactions involving large sums of money. For such transactions, avoid dealing in cash where possible.
If you notice any suspicious activity, call the police hotline at 1-800-255-0000 or call 999 for urgent police assistance. You can also submit information online via Eyewitness at police.gov.sg/eyewitness or through our Police at SG application. All information will be kept strictly confidential.
Scam alert.
The Commercial Affairs Department and the Monetary Authority of Singapore have received an increasing number of complaints involving losses incurred by investors trading foreign exchange, shares, commodities, and binary options on unregulated online trading platforms. In 2018, a total of $4.4 million were lost by the victims from trading on these unlicensed platforms. As most of these unregulated online trading platforms are located outside Singapore, they posed a greater fraud risk to consumers as the credibility of these platforms cannot be easily verified. Investors will also face challenges in pursuing claims against these overseas operators. In most cases, investors are instructed by operators of the unregulated online trading platforms to transfer monies to overseas bank accounts which are held in the names of persons different from the platform operators. This makes it very difficult for investors to recover their monies when things go wrong. Online trading platforms may also require investors to pay for their trades or fund their trading accounts using credit or debit cards. This exposes investors to a further risk of unauthorized transactions on their credit or debit cards. Here are some tips to protect yourself against such scams. Be cautious of investment opportunities that promise high returns with assurances of little or no risks. These are likely to be scams. Before committing to an investment, consumers should always ask, check, and confirm. Ask as many questions as you need to fully understand how the investment product works. Check on the company and its representatives thoroughly to assess if the investment opportunity is genuine, and consult trusted family members and friends who are experienced with investment products. You can help stop scams by joining our Let's Fight Scams movement. Make a pledge and receive the latest scam alerts to share with your loved ones. To seek scam-related advice, you may call the National Crime Prevention Council's anti-scam helpline at 1-800-722-6688 or go to www.scamalert.sg.
We've come to the end of this episode of Crimewatch. If you have any feedback, do drop us an email. I'm DSP Jonathan Naoyong. Until next time, do your part to prevent, deter, and detect crimes.